The Sacred Convent of the Annunciation of the Mother of God, dependency of the Simonos Petrus Monastery on Mount Athos, is a convent situated a short distance from the village of Ormelia. As members of the religious commune, over 120 nuns serve art, science, technology, and the community as a whole with love and devotion. The urgent need to record and save this country's Byzantine iconographic heritage, coupled with the knowledge and application of traditional Byzantine iconographic techniques present in the religious commune's Byzantine iconographic workshop, prompted the creation of a diagnostic center for studying and researching Byzantine iconography. Up till now, the study of works of Byzantine iconography has centered on their historic location and an aesthetic valuation of visual elements following examination of the painted surface. The Sacred Convent's Diagnostic Center has, from the start, applied a highly developed method of studying works of art, especially Byzantine iconography. The materials used in a work's creation, as well as the technical basis on which the works were constructed, are recorded in addition to historical and aesthetic data.
Το Διαγνωστικό Κέντρο της Ορμήλιας αποτελείται από 3 τμήματα. Το τμήμα μη καταστρεπτικών μεθόδων ανάλυσης, εκείνο των δειγματοληπτικών μεθόδων ανάλυσης και τέλος το τμήμα της ηλεκτρονικής επεξεργασίας των δεδομένων και της τράπεζας πληροφοριών.
The works are photographed in combination with special tables of reference, which are then used for chromatic corrections. Fitting a special digital back to the camera permits the works to be wholly or partially digitally recorded. The study of the high-resolution digital image can be conducted at high levels of magnification, permitting design and chromatic details to be observed. The work is exposed to ultraviolet rays in a special darkroom, which provoke visible fluorescence in some of its materials. This allows experts to form an opinion as to the surface condition of a work based on the different levels of fluorescence or non-fluorescence of areas which have been intervened with or which are damaged or worn. Infrared rays can penetrate to different depths of a painting. By exploiting this special property, we can form images based on the internal chromatic layers of a work, right down to the original rough drawing and even sketch marks. The study of the tonality of the infrared refractography gives us clues as to the identity of the substances used in the paint in the work. When we examine large-scale works, the infrared photodetector is placed in a special, mechanically operated coordination system controlled by a computer. This enables a high-resolution reflectogram to be captured. Infrared refractography is then used section by section via special software which has been developed at the Diagnostic Center. In this way, we can electronically join separate views into a single high-resolution image of the work. X-ray's ability to penetrate deeply provides us with information on the work as a whole. In this way, X-rays do not just give us information on the events which took place during a work's life, for example, the painting of a newer picture on the surface of an older, but also information on the constitution of any chromatic substances containing heavy metals such as lead or mercury. The condition of the wood, the pieces constituting the frame, the support transverses and dowels, the materials used in the painting's preparation, the color layers and any overpainting are recorded on special X-ray film. This method records any existing alterations made to the paint on the surface of a work by measuring the three characteristics which define color: hue, depth of saturation, and brightness. In this way, either by the use of mobile spectrocolorimeters or via a digitized computer image, we're able to objectively define the color of points or areas of a work, and hence the precise chromatic palette of its creator. Using this method, we carefully observe the surface of a work, initially with the naked eye and then with a stereoscope. This stage guides how the work is to be researched and defines which areas will be used as samples. In addition, it enables the condition of the surface of the work, as well as any damage, wear, cracks, overpainting, and any such information to be recorded. Optical microscopy examines tiny pieces of layers of paint at high magnification, 1,000 times larger than usual. This method is based on removing and examining microsamples from the surface of works and provides us with information on the structure of color layers, identifies pigments, and the thickness, type, and quality of their mixture, as well as locating possible overpainting and intervention. The samples taken have a maximum surface area of 0.5 square millimeter and are placed in polystyrene resin. The sample is orientated so as to clearly demonstrate its entire layering, from the sublayers of the preparation stage to the protective layer of varnish. The sample is then grinded and polished. Sampling takes place in areas which are interesting or in areas where all kinds of intervention have taken place. So as not to damage the aesthetics of the painted surface in any way, samples are usually taken from the edges of a work or from areas which have already suffered serious damage. This method is used to identify mainly inorganic pigments and consists of exposing part of the structure of a properly prepared sample to laser radiation. At the Diagnostic Center of the Sacred Convent of the Annunciation of the Mother of God, images of works are converted into digital files which can then be processed codified and stored in digital form in the database. The database is a collection of files organized in such a way that visitors to it can acquire useful information to use in their own research. The Panagia database contains images in their entirety, photographs at the visible spectrum, X-rays, infrared and ultraviolet images, measurements, and every scientific conclusion and method applied to the artwork. Today, on the threshold of a new millennium, the Diagnostic Center of the Sacred Convent of the Annunciation of the Mother of God has chosen to focus on contributing to the enormous efforts which are currently being made to conserve and promote the unique cultural heritage of Mount Athos. Consequently, when the Holy Community of Mount Athos invited the Diagnostic Center of the Sacred Convent of the Annunciation of the Mother of God to study the Protaton murals in Carriès, the center responded immediately. The murals date from the end of the 13th century and were painted by Manuel Panselinos, a legendary figure in Byzantine iconographic tradition.
Το Διαγνωστικό Κέντρο είναι ο συντονιστής ενός ευρωπαϊκού δικτύου που περιέχει 8 επιστημονικές ομάδες με συναφές περιεχόμενο, εμπειρίες και γνώση από εισάριθμες χώρες. Μαζί τους, οι ερευνητές του κέντρου μας ανταλλάσσουν τη γνώση και συμμετέχουν σε κοινές δραστηριότητες και ερευνητικά προγράμματα. Συγχρόνως, στα ερευνητικά τμήματα του κέντρου εκπαιδεύονται σπουδαστές του Μεταπτυχιακού Τμήματος Συντήρησης και Αποκατάστασης Έργων Τέχνης της Πολυτεχνικής Σχολής του Πανεπιστημίου Θεσσαλονίκης. Οι ερευνητικοί σκοποί του κέντρου μας επικεντρώνονται στη συλλογή πολύτιμων πληροφοριών που αφορούν στη γνώση των υλικών και του τρόπου χρήσης των υλικών αυτών για την κατασκευή ενός ζωγραφικού έργου τέχνης, γεγονός που οδηγεί συχνά στον εντοπισμό του ονόματος των δημιουργών και της σχολής τους, καθώς και στο χαρακτηρισμό της κατάστασης διατήρησης και των παντοειδών μεταγενέστερων επεμβάσεων ή αφανών εσωτερικών φθορών. Ο βαθύτερος όμως στόχος του κέντρου μας, μέσα από όλες τις δραστηριότητές μας, θα είναι πάντα η συνεισφορά στη βαθύτερη γνώση της θρησκευτικής ή της κοσμικής ζωγραφικής της χώρας μας, αλλά και η αποκάλυψη των πνευματικών μηνυμάτων που αναδύονται μέσα από την ορθόδοξη εικονογραφική παράδοση.